Hey guys, Nugi here with a short video a few hours before the new 4-month league is about to start. So with the new 4-month league coming up, a lot of people have been asking me what build I should do, what's good, what's not good, and all that good jazz. My tip for all of you who is starting a new character and who doesn't really know what to do is this: keep it simple. Just keep it simple. The new Invasion League will be exactly that. And from the very beginning, Mudflat's Tidal Island, all the maps, all the new zones, all the shrines, it's gonna be filled with monster variety, meaning that you never know what to expect. This means that on Ledge, where you normally have only skeletons, you could get Devourers, you could get Thorned Archers, and all that. So that means you could be hit by fire damage, lightning damage, cold damage, physical damage, spells, attacks, all that in every single zone. This makes this league very, very dangerous. So therefore, the reason why to keeping it simple is that you might have a build idea that you've tried out many times. There's a few tricks to it, so that you can avoid the dangerous zones and level where it's not that difficult. This time around, not so much. So I would take a build that would have easy access to life and resist early on, to safeguard yourself from being in a situations where you have, let's say, minus in any resist. Say you enter Cruel, you have 2 minus resist, but you have good lightning because you're used to doing that on Ledge. That's a no-no in this league, at least for the beginning, in my opinion. So I've prepared a few builds, and let me show you. So first off, right here, you see the build I'm going to do. This is a more risky build for this league. It's a Fire Trap Templar. It's very simple. You get a Fire Trap, you get a Searing Touch, and you get a lot of damage and all the life you can, with some resist. Progression is really easy. The damage will be there from the beginning, the life will be there from the beginning, and then it's just an easy progression through life, through damage, life, damage, more AoE, the mana regen, more life, and then ending it off with some more damage. It's very simple. There's very little to do wrong here. A few others. With the new Marauder tree out, I just made a quick build for that. Let's see here. This has, the other build had 200% life. This has 250 with a lot of block, a lot of armor. The new Marauder tree seems to be very, very, very strong. If you're going any kind of physical build. Even with the block build, I think Marauder it's very strong. It has +1 to all elemental resist, or to max resist. That's new. This is really strong. It has +1 on these as well. If you feel weak on any of these, for instance lightning, it's very spiky, so it can very often be nice having that. I'm taking all the life again. Some of the things you wanna be aware of is the highways in builds. As you can see here, the highway is this. This is pretty much the route that will take you next to some of the most efficient nodes in the game. Whenever you see builds, you often see them going through the same ways. If you then start seeing builds that will go down here, it will maybe go through here, you start losing out on some of that point value per point. And the thing is, on the passive tree, you want every point to give you as much benefit as possible. So you don't wanna try and run around too much, because it's never really gonna work. What you wanna do is you wanna get the big keystones that are necessary for your build. It could be Wall Pact, it could be Iron Reflex, it could be Resolute Technique. These are kind of build enabling keystones that will set the tone for your entire build. And then you make a skeleton around it, and then you like grab the biggest and the best nodes everywhere. Getting life is very good. Getting resist is very good. You can get some more resist right there. Easy access to resist, as you can see, even more resist right here. It's only 100 points, so I think that's around level 80. There are plenty of extra life to get, plenty of damage, as you can see here. It's both axes and swords, so you can go both axes and swords in a build like this. It's very important, in my opinion, that whenever you make a build, that you make it so that, especially in a new league, that it has a lot of options to it. You can grab resist when you need it, you can grab life when you need it, you can grab damage when you need it, and so on. Don't limit yourself. Don't make like an Iron Grip Blood Magic, Resolute Technique, CI build, whatever. The point is, don't make it too advanced, where you have to go too many places and it all comes together at like 90, and you have to stretch and skip life nodes in the beginning, skip resist in the beginning to get the build enabling key blocks for your build. If you make a build like that, you're kind of doomed already from the beginning, especially in a league like this, where resist is gonna matter so much throughout leveling. There are a few more builds. I'll post some of these with like just short explanations. An elemental animator. This is one of the builds that comes together a little bit later, so this is a little bit more advanced. It looks really simple, but leveling it can be a little bit tricky because this requires gear that has more mods on it. It requires a lot of mana regen. It requires you to get all the aura nodes before you can start really getting the minion nodes. So your minions are a little bit delayed in how strong they are. This is also why this is a good build to start with the Spectral Throw, an Ellie Spectral Throw beginning, because you have all the aura nodes, so you can go double additive damage aura, anger, wrath, easy peasy. Spectral Throw is still a good viable option for leveling as well. This is also one of the builds I feel still work best as Scion. Scion got nerfed pretty heavily. Some mana regen nerf, some life nerf. Well, not nerfed, but they made the highways better. As you can see here, you have easier access. It takes less points to go through these wheels, and up here as well. That's a good thing if you're trying to stretch out. You don't want to go through too many nodes. And there are some good nodes in here as well, like a 10% life and 30 evasion. But say for the spell builds for Scion, all of a sudden, as you can see here, 10-6-6-6 is now 16-16. So in 2 nodes, you're pretty much getting the same value as 4 here. So you might as well, if you're ever going into Shadow, Templar, or Witch, you would always, in my opinion, start those. Well, not always, but almost always ahead of Scion. Scion is more a tricks of the all tricks of the trade. Like you're going all different directions. You're getting aura nodes. You're getting ages, you're getting equilibrium. If you're going a pure spell build, I would suggest going one of the other 3, depending on what type of class you're going. Shadow also got a big buff. A lot of people have been complaining about Shadow. Don't worry, because as you can see here, 4 cast speed, 16-16, 10-10-10, Ellie damage. This is crazy. And all these are also very good with all the detonate dead builds that people are doing. As you can see here, 16 fire damage and ignite. Elemental damage over here. Fire damage here. These are crazy. All these nodes are very, very strong. But all in all, keep it simple. Like go after the good old kiss saying, keep it simple, stupid. It is really the best way of making a build in the beginning. Go ground slam, go fire trap, go detonate dead or whatever. I think you can do that now. Go a simple summoner build, go spectral throw, go rain of arrows. I have a bow build right here with acrobatics and all that. It's a little bit more advanced, but you get the point here. You get it. I know you do. Just keep it simple. Don't try and make all these crazy builds, because there's no point in the beginning. As you get more gear and more wealth, I would definitely go with a more advanced build where you can get you get the ball gems, you get the EB with the minor matter, with the Arctic armor with mana regen, and like all this kind of like where you need to get 4 or 5 stats on every piece of gear. Just wait with that. Wait a week. Accumulate some wealth. Have a good character going, and then create another character. Having multiple characters, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm gonna have multiple characters. I'm not gonna be sticking with one. That's boring as well. And the thing is, because of maps, how they work, you're never gonna be behind. If you just farm the maps, you're farming the XP for later usage on another character. So farm a lot of maps and use them on another character, and that character within a few days will be the same level as the character you had that you spent a few weeks on. That's how the map system works. So get a simple build, resist, 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 and that's about it, at least for the builds. I have a little note here with the Vol Gems and Vol Orbs. Start leveling. Like, a good advice here is to get all the gems that you want to level. If you're considering using Vol Orbs on any gem, level multiple ones of them, because they can fail. Vol Orbs are these very, very risky, this very, very risky new currency, but it's gonna be very fun to play with. Don't just throw away worthless uniques, because they could become really good. Like if you hit the right Vol Orb on a unique, it might be a simple unique like Stone of Lassoir, but Stone of Lassoir is used by a lot of different builds. And if you get a perfect roll, and then you get the perfect Vol Orb implicit roll on it, all of a sudden you have an item that's going to be best in slot for a lot of builds. So just consider what Vol Orbs can do for you, and consider everything not being trash. But don't do like me and accumulate and hoard too much, because you might end up with something like this. And on that note, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.